Alright, what's going on, guys? If you guys don't already know me, Thomas Marr, and this is our 2025 training project. Right now we'll dive right into last week's training. Last week's training was pretty nice, pretty solid. We had started out with some HIIT stuff, and then moved through some specific squat strength stability work with our front squats, push press, a couple of skills work, and then isolating some of the movements with split squats, a couple of shoulder raises, sled pushes, so on and so forth. Then we had a couple of gymnastics days for Wednesday with our complex. We had 50 wall balls, 40 dumbbell snatch, 30 pull-ups, 20 kettlebell swings, and then just for fun, I added 10 burpees at the end of it, if you want to call that fun. But that's what we did, and then Thursday was a steady state day, and then Friday we had pulls along with a little bit of carry work. So Saturday was an active recovery day. Saturday was also when we decided to do 25.2 for the open. So we had a big group that came out and did that over at Above and Beyond CrossFit. We had a really good time. And this upcoming week, that's the plan again. We've got 25.3 dropping on Thursday, so we'll probably do that Saturday morning. But all in all, that wrapped up the training week. It was a pretty solid stimulus. I had a couple of people message me and saying, like, hey, I was able to burn through this workout, and, do you recommend doing anything else other than that? I also left notes on there, like for after Wednesday, doing any sort of technical work on gymnastic movements as required, when after you did the wall balls and snatches and things of that nature. Gymnastic movement, that goes for, if you're trying to work on handstand push-ups, if you're trying to work on pull-ups, if you're trying to work on chest to bar muscle up, things of that nature, that would be the day to do that. Hopefully with your warm-ups ahead of time, and then going through the workout, your shoulders get all opened up, and all of the key components are feeling primed and ready to do those specific movements. So you'll see like that when we go into this week, which I'll go ahead and dive into, week 11, March 9th through March 15th. Day 1, Monday, we've got a HIIT movement focus. This one we'll be doing a FRAN. It is a CrossFit staple, and it is a 4-time workout. It is a 21-15-9 rep scheme between both pull-ups and thrusters. The RX weights are 95 pounds and 65 pounds. This would be a good gauge to see where your fitness level is at. It's not necessarily a high strength work exercise. It's not necessarily a high skills exercise. It's just pull-ups and just thrusters. That's it. But it is going to grind your fitness. So with that, we'll do the FRAN for time to kind of set our benchmark as to where we're at. And then, 6 months down the road, we may decide to do it again and see how much we've improved since then, percentage-wise. After the FRAN, I recommend doing gymnastics skills work as needed. I wouldn't really recommend doing any barbell work afterwards. This one's going to kind of smoke you a lot. And then for tomorrow, we're going to have some pretty heavy barbell work again. So I recommend just sticking with gymnastic skills work on Monday after doing our HIIT workout. Day 2, Tuesday, is going to be squat strength and stability. We're going to move into front squat for a 6x3. We're starting to up that volume, and we really want to be working on that front rack position, making sure everything's good and strong, staying on top of the shoulders, not choking ourselves out. So we'll do a 6x3 there, and then a 5x3 on strict press. Last week we did a push press. This week we're going to do a strict press, just to start to really apply that stimulus to the shoulders, start to build that strength base for whenever we start to go overhead with some heavy weights. So third exercise is going to be Bulgarian Split Squats with 3x8 on each leg. This is going to be a staple. I always get a really good stimulus out of these for my legs particularly. So we love to keep that in the regimen. Then we'll move into a 3-way shoulder raise, 3x10 in each position, forward 45 degrees, and then out to the side as well. Then we've got our sled pushes again. Let's keep them pretty heavy. We don't want to be running through these. We want to have a good stimulus, a good weight on the sled itself. And then 40 strict pull-ups. Break them up however you need to. If you need a scaled option, you can use a band, you can use a box, so on and so forth. But we'll want to make sure we get that 40. So moving on to day 3, Wednesday is going to be a HIIT and barbell work day. So this exercise is going to be a 20-minute, as many rounds as possible. So you'll do all the exercises that are listed, and then go back to the first exercise, go back down the list, back to the first exercise, go down the list for the entire 20 minutes. First thing is going to be a 20-meter row, and then it's going to be the same weight on the barbell for all of the movements. We want to see 10 power cleans, 10 thrusters, and 10 snatches. Okay, I've got listed on here 95 pounds for RX men and 65 pounds for RX women. You can scale that how you need to. If you need to do just the bar, if you need to do dumbbells, you can send me a message, drop a comment on the video, and we'll get you fixed up. Reach out to me on social media. I'll be more than happy to work with you to find your scaled option for you. But 500-meter row, 10 power clean, 10 thruster, 10 snatch for 20 minutes, as many rounds as possible. A good staple score, I guess, if you want to call it that. If you could do that 3 times and at least get halfway through on the 4th, that'd be a really killer score. So after that, I've got a note here: do some technical work on barbell movements as required. We're doing some light power cleans, light thrusters, light snatches. So if that's something that you find yourself kind of struggling through, maybe we take some time out of our day to try to work on that movement, break that movement up a little bit, work on the front squat, work on the overhead, work on the pull for the snatch, making sure your hands are wide enough, so on and so forth. So we'll work on that after our HIIT there. Thursday, again, is going to be our steady state day. We always like to have our steady state 30 to 45 minutes of continuous low impact activity, whether it's running, air bike, rowing, so on and so forth. Quick pace, but we don't want to do this all out. I know people have done rucking on their active recovery day. You can do that on this day. I just recommend having a heavier weight in your ruck or maintaining a quicker pace, so that way we get the proper stimulus for that steady state day. We want to keep that in about a zone 2, zone 3 range when we're doing that. So that's the goal there. Day 5, Friday, again, we're going to be doing deadlifts and carries, bumping our volume up. We're running a 6x3, and then we'll move into bent over rows, hammer curls, push-ups, farmer's walk, and shrugs, just like we had been doing in the previous weeks. So, and then again, Saturday, active recovery day, 30 to 45 minutes continuous low impact activity, walking, swimming, rucking with a light pack. Keep it naturally brisk, but we really want to keep that body moving, especially through the weekend. So that wraps up explanation for week 11. We've made it this far. Hopefully you guys are starting to see some changes about yourself, whether it's physically, visually on your body, or mentally. You have started to push yourself past a lot of these challenges that have been put in front of you, and you should hold that close to your heart. This training, this type of training, the way we push ourselves in the gym transfers over to everything we do outside of the gym. I know I say that a lot, but it really is a thing. It can give you the confidence to go ask for that promotion. It can give you a confidence to, if you're single, go ask that girl out on a date, send her a message or something like that, But we do this so that way we can be better. So we can be better not only for ourselves, not only for our own situation, but so that way we can make a positive impact on the world around us. And don't lose sight of that, right? This isn't all about us. This is all about raising our community, holding our community to a higher standard, holding our men, women to a higher standard, so that way we can set the right example for our children. And whenever we get laid up in a nursing home, whenever we get old and or have to go to the hospital, our children know that, now it's their time to step up, and they have the discipline instilled in them just by the example that you have set for them. So, let's take that to heart this week. This week's going to be a pretty tough training week. There's a lot of volume coming up, so keep that in your mind. And I challenge you to do one really uncomfortable thing this week. Whether it's having that conversation with your boss and saying, hey, I've been working hard here. I want to look at some sort of talking about what my future career plan looks like here at the company, or whatever that one thing that's been bugging you in the back of your head. I challenge you to go do that this week. Hopefully, everything we've been doing here in our training cycle helps to give you that confidence, give you that push to go out and get it. So, with that being said, I'll leave my socials in the description below. Again, all the exercises are going to be in the description below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave a comment on the video. Reach out to me on Instagram. And, with all that being said, let's get after it this week and train hard. Thanks, everybody.